robi.
2, 1.
Wy kurwy jebane.
We're live.
What
Oh
up,
my god.
fuckers?
Welcome.
Wy kurwy jebane.
Welcome to the first. It's 6:31. Thank you, whoever said that.
Yeah, it's obvious. We can tell the time.
Welcome to the first ever dev stream. Nope. First dev work stream. Pog?
Poggers.
Okay. Let's introduce our cast. Start with myself. Imperialism. The host of today's show, game we're playing. Who can make the most content for every beginning in 15 minutes is our game today. Joining me,
Right.
it's Garion,
Hello, I'm literally half the globe.
Master of Code.
Also very epic.
We have SD, our Cascadia dev.
Hello. Yeah, I just kind of exist here. I
Our
don't know
local
what else to
Polish
say.
homeless man as well, Kuba.
No, hello. Nice to meet you. What can I say? Jebać PiS?
Yeah, that sounds about accurate. Lead artist and awesome
Architect connoisseur.
yeah, Electromancer Lancer.
I have 3 functions: making
Shit-faced.
art, drinking scotch, and doing cocaine.
Shit-faced
Don't
lord.
get the stream taken down, don't say that.
Lord of being left alone on the bench after drinking 6 pints.
Yeah,
We're
I
about to
got
get fucking
absolutely,
POS'd.
I got absolutely shit-faced and left on a park bench by my friends once. It was hilarious.
Alright, thank you for that.
We have Mountain, which is one of our Chinese researchers, I believe.
Hello.
And then our lead Asian Centurion Vanadium.
What's up? I didn't know that we had a game today.
Well, we're not playing a game. We're just here. It's a work
Streaming.
So what are
stream.
we doing?
It's unique. We're gonna answer any questions. Someone says, say sneed, feed, and seed. Well,
Sneed, feed, and
And
feed.
feed, yeah. Fuck pedos.
Sneed army, down with the paedophile.
Fuck
okay.
groomers.
The server's gonna get deleted, I swear to god.
Okay.
We might have a late edition. TPS is typing.
Pog.
No, he's studying.
Okay.
This is too bad. Questions. We'll take questions. We'll take chats. I will literally teach you how to mod right here, right now. I'm probably not.
Okay, how do you code?
I'll
You type commands in it does things.
I've always thought that the process of coding was tied to typing random bullshit into a focus brackets, getting it wrong, and then begging Kuba or TPS for help.
No, don't. It's you copy things off the wiki and then you paste it into a file
Yeah,
and it works.
exactly, yeah. That's all.
Coding
Yeah.
in a
I think-
nutshell.
Yep.
Just
Copy
thinking,
paste.
look how someone more smarter than you did some stuff.
Which is why most of my work is either based on Cogonauts or Chris's.
Imagine doing work.
Of course, you need more IQ than the temperature in the room to do that, yeah?
I
That's
don't know.
fair, yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty warm in my bedroom, but hey.
Yeah, I'm in Fahrenheit, so I know that's a pretty unfair thing to judge. It's like probably 75 degrees in here. I'm not sure if I meet the cut.
75 degrees? Oh my god, are you on fire?
That's Fahrenheit, not centigrade.
Oh.
Yeah, when oh, look, we've got another friend.
This is Strat. He does our economy. He is the economy.
Actually, yeah, speaking of economy, I'm gonna show that off.
Welcome, Strat, the Victoria 3 dev over here.
Welcome, Strat.
Aren't we all Vic3 devs?
Hello, I am Strat.
Welcome, Strat, the uber capitalist.
So here's a look at our economy screen. Pretty awesome. Can you zoom in on the code a bit so we can see? I will zoom in whenever I'm actually coding. As of right now, I'm just,
At the moment, we just see the game.
I'm gonna load up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up some stuff, and then I'm gonna get coding. But look at this awesome economy screen. Look at that. Woo!
It's not on.
It will be.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of a delay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There's.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
Someone told me Moerreich was a good mod. I don't even know what that is, and
okay, wait a
considering...
second. Who is there? Oh, hello, Sabit. Hello.
Hello, fish. Oh, it's
Can you you can join us? Just ping me, and I will drop you on our channel.
it's fish. Is this the same fish from the Discord server? Is that you, buddy?
Walther
A
Hell
fish?
said
Yeah, he's a
it seems
based individual.
complicated. Don't worry, you don't need to like know exactly what's going on. I mean, let's be honest.
You just need to know that green number is good and red number go bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Green number good.
And if you did something and suddenly things are going red, don't do that anymore. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Hello, Sabit.
Hello, Sebid.
Hello, good evening.
This is Sebid. I don't remember what he used to do because he was he was here before I joined, but he's good. He's good. He's solid. I mean, the economy screen is pretty much like the economy controls. It's pretty much like a boat. There are a lot of controls, but all you really need to know is which direction to turn and just go forward until you hit something.
We show off the new South American states. Look at that. It'd be funny if I'm on the wrong GitHub branch. Now I'm on the right one. Let's go.
Lothar Hell asks, "Can I tax a lot and survive?" Strat, can you? Is there a mechanism for?
I haven't implemented the taxes yet, but what will matter is that you're taxing people and you're spending that money. Because if you don't spend that money, all that money is going into your national treasury, and your pops can't use it. But if you're spending it, then it's going back to your pops and back to your industries and back into your economy. So that's my reply to that. So can you tax a lot and survive? Yes, but you have to also spend a lot.
Is there a way to zoom in on Visual Studio Code?
Go into View, and then there should be and then go to Appearance.
Control plus.
Yeah, Control plus equals.
Ooh, okay. I mean, this looks gross to me, but that'll probably help people on the stream. I mean, oh, wow, this is interesting. Look, okay. I'm doing some events. I gotta add an option for Italian elections to not be random chance like they are right now. I'm gonna give people the choice to roll the dice or choose the president. Well, prime minister, I should say. In case they...
I'm gonna have a look over the request sheet. Where did I leave that? There it is. So what's now? Finland asking for finisher, asking for finish thing. Divas. Energy asked for an icon for battle.
Last, remember about the Finnish stuff. It's needed for next update. Yeah.
Finish stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So anything from
it is already in the checklist. I am just working on the famine for Finland. So that's the part what we need.
So
By the
that's a
way,
good.
Lancer, how many requests do you have from finisher?
I'm just looking at one now. He needs, but yeah, he's pretty much the famine stuff that he's just referred to me. Needs
Okay.
icons. There's a thing. The problem is he didn't say if they were. Do you know if these are? I will copy and paste it and send it to you. Copy image, fucking piece of shit, and send it to you. Do you know if are these ideas or focuses? Also, I should probably start.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, he's retarded. No, we need one national spirit for a famine in the Finland, and another one for the crime during the famine.
The national spirits.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
no problem.
So, oh shit, that should not be the header. Control.
So, I was thinking about this in school today because I have nothing better to do.
Of course, like you do.
I'm going to make this event like. Why is this on the same line? It just looks wrong.
Resize this to 60 by 68 px.
Okay, question. Should I work on demographic change for pops next, or should I work on the national economy stuff?
The first
guy,
one.
All right,
Uh,
pops.
there's a question in the chat. Can we build big statue in New York? I assume you're talking about the Statue of Liberty. I don't know if Kagana's here. Kagana's not here. Can someone talk about the Statue of Liberty mechanics?
We put that on hold because the era that is in, we are waiting for the economy system to be finalized before we work on that part of the US content.
OMG, Dragon. Hey, Dragon.
So there is a focus in the game. I don't think it does it, but I mean, you can start building on the statue. I don't think you can actually complete it though.
There's an event about it, but I don't know if there's an event for it being completed.
There's an event to start. There's an event chain to start it, and like have France
I don't
send
think
you
there's
the
an
parts.
event to end it.
I will be
and have
sure
it
to add it so that the US gets plus 200% immigrant attraction when they finish it.
Nice.
I'm thinking of changing the size of the standardized size for the national spirit.
Lancer, I still need these Italian icons here.
Which Italian icons are you pointing?
I'll stream my game to the Discord as well as that may actually lag out something, so I won't. But I don't know. It should be pinned in GFX, I guess.
The only request you have in at the moment, actually, Reggio Eserito's been done.
Yeah, that one. I sent like
Yeah.
a screenshot at some point of like a wall of icons that Tarek started working on.
Tom Kingdom stuff, no? Miałeś baskę.
Reggio Eserito's been done.
That's one of. I guess I'll make individual one. It's alright. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
No, don't worry about it. Which one? Where did you put the screenshot?
I don't know. You had it pinned at some point.
I did have it pinned. Let me have a look. Yeah, there we are.
Yes, we are organized as a team.
Yep.
Definitely. 100% organized.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Welcome to the secret of us being completely unorganized. Great.
Bro, look at these awesome focus. They look cool. I don't care if they're dumb. These focuses
Sabine, do we have requested icons for national spirits for Wallachia or not?
Which icons that look dumb? It was it. Oh yeah,
The entire Wallachian tree looks dumb.
Hang on, that's not go back that way, buddy.
I haven't put it in yet.
Okay. I was gonna say that's
I did put in the encourage voting one, and it is very nice. Look at that.
Yeah, that is a sexy one, isn't it? Can I call a game icon sexy?
I think you already
No.
did, so it's a little late to wonder if that's something you should be doing.
I was too preoccupied with whether I could to think about whether I should.
So there's what, 4 options?
It's a struggle listening to Imperialism talk about what's on the screen, and then on the stream, it's like 10. It's like a whole like a half minute later when I actually see it. So I'm like, I have no idea what he's talking about.
I've got the stream muted because of the delay. It's causing me to have the speech capacity of a 5-year-old.
Yeah, same.
I have it muted too.
If you want to watch me, yeah. If any of the devs are just like lazy. Vanadium.
Got him.
I am actually working right now. Okay.
I am actually working right now, and I'm streaming it as well. Now, which one do I want to pick?
It doesn't show on Discord. I'll turn that on. Let's see. Program, game activity.
I'm glad we're not doing a face cam because not gonna lie, buddy. Firstly, I'm not that good looking, and secondly, I'm as naked as the day I was born.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, answer. That's a bit too much information there.
I would not like to comment on my situation right now.
I'm actually clothed, so yeah.
Fancy, yo.
Yeah.
You have full clothes on? That's crazy.
You got clothes on?
Yeah.
Imagine
that?
you fully clothed.
Oh,
while
amazing! Yeah.
Imagine wearing
You have clean clothes, man.
We didn't say anything about clean. I don't know if Strat's clothes are clean. He just said he has clothes.
Yeah, I just have clothes.
solution. Just don't wear clothes. Like, easy.
Imagine wearing clothes while modding. That's just not.
Okay, I think
clothes,
I may or may not have improved the stream. Mayhaps. I've increased my bitrate on OBS.
What the fuck is doing this one there?
So I'm having for this fucking for the corruption one, I'm having a bit of a creative moment, you know?
What is it?
I don't know, it's just something I'm fucking around with.
Oh. A lot of hands.
Yeah, hands.
Hands.
Hans.
Hans.
Han Solo.
Han Solo?
Han Solo.
We're very casual gamers, so yes, we do talk about the sus things.
When are we doing our Among Us game? Among the Centurions.
Mogus.
Among Us.
Among Us.
Among Us. Among Us. Among Us.
I have to get the game, but
it's like what, $4?
Yeah.
Got this.
Yes, I can indeed do that.
If you're looking at my screen, what you're seeing now is my private reserve, which is basically all of the all of the icons I use.
Nobody's watching your screen.
Well, I'll show off the answer screen.
It's over 1,000 different icon parts, and it's pretty much just my private reserve.
You've actually got more icon parts than me, surprising.
Some of them were donated by Duke from the second Sengoku mod. Yep, second Sengoku. Check them out; they're great.
Remember to put that in the GFX hub thing.
I will.
It's called Fox News.
We had an icon for a table somewhere. Where'd that go?
Base what?
Alright, so I've reworked my event. I'm going to add localization right now because I'm based. I add localization as I make things.
Unlike half the
Oh,
guys.
that.
Legal.
Everyone.
Who does? What?
Well, I do.
Is it-
I was
Nobody
going
did localize
to
anything.
go along. I mean, it's kind of required.
True.
Meanwhile, we probably need to like hire like 5 writers just to keep up with what Garion puts out in code.
One sec, I'll be back in a second. Someone is smashing my door down.
Police. They're looking for the knife.
No.
I think
Oh,
they
he's
saw
thinking
that he
He
was
doesn't have a knife.
your knife.
He doesn't have a knife license.
Yeah,
Like this.
exactly. And now he has to go to the special camp for eradication.
Okay, which one of you guys swatted me?
I did.
I think you did it yourself because you mentioned that you were up on with cocaine and became the stream.
Actually, considering this is the UK, I'm probably going to be arrested because I mentioned I was naked.
You got a license for that? This is the most entertaining part of modding localization. It's very satisfying. I mean, I can show off what the event does now. Actually, it wouldn't work, but maybe it will. Look at this thing up here. This little toolbox. Oh, it's gone.
Oops.
So now, in case the player doesn't want to RNG the game, which,
That's what
why wouldn't you want to do that? I've added the option where you can choose the Prime Minister.
Okay, I found the secret to peace and quiet in my life. It's really quite simple. Don't know how I didn't think of it before.
Maybe not.
I've taken the battery out of my doorbell.
Smart.
The words "fuck off" come to mind.
Next thing you know, FBI open up.
Do you have a license for that doorknob?
Do you have a
I have a
Not-
license for that.
do you have a non-doorbell license?
Why, yes, I do.
Okay, amazing. Can you show us that?
We need to see the license.
Just, I stabbed the police with my policeman with my unlicensed butter knife.
Do you have a license for stabbing policemen with your unlicensed butter knife?
Oh, you sticky picky bastard. You don't have this one.
Just never tell Omer about this conversation, or I'm just gonna hear. All I'm gonna get from him is a bunch of "Oi, mate, do you have a license?" jokes.
Is there a way to clear a country flag once you've set it?
Clear
I-
country flag?
Yeah, clear country flag.
DLR underscore
country
Country
underscore
underscore flag.
Really? Wow, that's a little simple, isn't it?
I know, right?
It's almost as if they're booleans. Well, not even, they're not booleans because
That
you can
works.
assign a value to them.
What
Oh,
do you mean the
okay. We have a
clipboard doesn't
question
what do you think
in
the
chat.
clipboard doesn't contain a fucking
How
image?
does the
I
mod
copied
team?
a-
What are you going on about? You got a license to go on about that? Huh?
How does the mod
How does
team
the
plan
mod
to
team
deal
plan
with
to
the
deal with
lag?
lag? We
That's what we're
optimizing
doing.
things.
That's what I'm not doing right now, but could be doing right now.
We will
I'm not
be doing.
I'm not doing that right now either. I'm actually
Okay,
technically
guys,
going to be
give
adding
us
more.
another month. We
Okay,
will do
I can
that.
The
do
one
Maybe later
example.
we-
I can
Okay.
pull up an example.
So
What do you mean the
Aaron.
clipboard doesn't contain a fucking image? I copied an image. Are you fucking dead? You fucking what, mate? I swear on my mum's fucking life.
Okay, Lancer, to answer Sandia's question, we have spent the last 3-4 months going over all the research on how to best code things optimally, and then we're slowly teaching our developers all the ways not to do it because
Yeah,
they've
all
been
this
doing it the
green
wrong
stuff
way.
in here. It's like explanation on how things work.
Things like never use meta effects.
Yeah, never use meta effects.
What
So-
are meta effects?
Well, if you don't
basically,
know-
you're taking a
Don't
piece of
use.
code and then you're inserting like a piece of localization to that code, and then you're running that code.
Okay.
Yeah,
Basically, if you don't know what it is, then you don't use it. And so
Yeah.
you're fine. So we're actually compiling out the documentation on it, and we're gonna go teach the developers to use it. But over time, I would say the old devs, the veteran devs, were coding a lot of things unoptimally, and now some of the newer devs, such as moi, we have to go through and cry in the corner while I have to rewrite their code so it doesn't like trigger every day when when it's supposed to trigger like once a day, like once every like 5-6 years. And once you times that by like 50 billion of everything, the game will hopefully run faster in the next update. I appreciate all the developers in the beginning prior to 2020 for writing their code so poorly.
I was looking in the on yearly file, and I mean, there's the code for the World Fairs was before there was on yearly. So there is an on monthly UCT effect, and then you can look at mine, and it's just boom on yearly. Although I think we're gonna rework whatever this is somewhat.
Yeah, unless like you actually plan on something to be processed for the entire game, like length, like more than like 2/3 of the game, like from 1857 to 250. It should not be an on yearly thing. It should be an event that fires once a month in the background, a scripted effect or something.
The World Fairs happened for over a century, so
Yeah, so that's fine. But like for example, I'm gonna make this up, like Breckenridge for Italy. I don't know how to pronounce these things. Brigandage. Is it necessary for it to be processing for the entire length of the game? I have no idea. That would be up to Mr. Imperialism to decide.
Yeah, I think there is actually an on. I don't think I've added an on monthly effect. I may have. I think I had to add.
I know you did.
I had to add an scripted on monthly effect.
Oh man, that looks good.
To work.
So that would be an example of what not to do.
What is this, huh? What do you mean? What are you talking about? There's also one for Korea, the Andong Kim clan.
Also, the example of what not to do.
Why is that? What's wrong with that?
Because it will fire for that tag for the entire length of the game.
Oh, that's good. I am very.
So in 2049, it will still be happening. Firing in the background. I'm just saying.
The econ
Wait,
system will be one of the few
hold
things
on a
I'll be
second
buying
here.
on
So
monthly.
you're telling me that could I hear this on monthly pi, and the effect add to variable southern revolt risks equal modifier at pi southern unrest modifier. Well, no,
Yes.
that's well. How do
Yeah,
you?
there's no date. You need to put an if statement, then limit it to within a time frame, or if it has a country flag. You definitely shouldn't just have that because yeah, it's going to be adding that to the variable every single month for the rest of the game.
All right, I'll change that then. I'll change it.
That's why.
See, I'll fix my code. I'm not like other people who don't fix code. I will do it. I will. I
Exactly
will
are you
fix my
referring
code.
to with that station? With
I
that
don't know.
statement?
Anyone, most people, I guess. I mean, it's not like I don't want to sing on anyone. I mean, the majority does. It's a daunting task to have to go back and redo stuff. So
Also, I think I've done something very nice with this anti-corruption.
Hey, okay. Well, the population now grows
Hey,
every month.
no one will be able to see it, but just know that demographics can now change fluidly.
I can show it off.
Oh boy.
Hey. Ignore the graph.
Bro, that GDP growth is pog.
Ignore the graph because it takes about 2 years to initialize and actually like show something useful.
And they say Vic 3 would never be released.
Victory, yeah.
Victory.
Victory. Even though it's kind of not Vic free, you know.
Hearts of Iron 4 Victoria.
That is very green line go up, isn't it?
That's because it's initializing, so now it's yeah. Like that's for every single state. Every single state has that. Oh, New Hampshire. Because yeah, it's tracking the annual GDP amount, which is calculated over the last year. So in order to have an actual proper GDP amount, you need to go 1 year.
So basically, what we're saying is once these mechanics come in, when you see economy go super whack in the first like year or two, just remember it's just for the game's just trying to figure out how to process.
Well, I'm actually planning so that the first week of the game it goes 24 months worth of the econ tech. So the first week of the game will be kind of slow, but after that it should be
You
normal.
can always have it on startup and just iterate it 24 times.
Well, the thing is that will take like that'll add another minute to the on startup.
We already have a lot of stuff in startup because Cog moved all the event text to there.
There's a question.
Yeah, which need to be changed.
So once Imperialism finishes this KDA rehaul, then we can put strats thing in, and it'll feel like nothing has changed.
Yes.
Yeah, there'll be like a day where I've finished the events being optimized, and the next day Strat will be finished, and it'll just be like nothing had changed. But we do have a new question.
This mod is awesome. I have two questions. Where are you from? I'm English.
American, let's go.
I am American from Tennessee.
I am from the land down under's down under.
Also known as Ulysses Land.
Yeah.
In Vietnam, I reside in the U.S.
Russian Empire for focus tree for Alexander III. I'm pretty sure there is no focus tree for Alexander III yet.
If you look at my stream, you can see the GDP graph go burr.
Whose department is that? Is Russia?
That is in Europe. I'm pretty sure Cuba is in charge of Russia. And
I don't know how to pronounce her name. I believe it's like the it starts with an F. But it's being reworked. There's work for Russia. We do have a question on the economy screen. It is, how long does it typically take to make the GUI for the economy screens?
Oh, this whole thing took me about well, it was 50 hours over the space of a week, from planning it to implementing it. Now I haven't done the tooltips yet, so it'll take even longer. But yeah, probably total of 50 hours to make this.
Yeah.
And that's not counting the mechanics, which are probably another 50 hours, 100 hours according to the mechanics.
50, 100.
A couple more years, we'll see him.
You know, by then I'll probably have the space system in.
By then.
I've got the plans. I just need to implement it.
Nuclear submarine when?
Soon.
Soon, huh? I-
Do you mean nuclear missile subs or nuclear power subs?
Nuclear missile subs when?
Okay, nuclear missile subs are going to be when I redo the nuclear missile system. Probably
When?
April?
Good, because I like to nuke her.
No, it won't be April, it'll be May.
Hey, imperialism.
Yes.
Who would you say the most corrupt politician from an incompetent politician from this era in Italy was?
Well, pretty much everyone in the Sardinian government was extremely corrupt. Even the king himself was not. Like the fact that Victor Emmanuel kept the title Victor Emmanuel II, like that's like what a lot of Italians use as the sign that Italy was not a new kingdom. It was just Sardinia Piedmont conquering the rest of Italy because he did not choose a new title like Victor Emmanuel I. I don't know. Cardboard died in 62, I believe, so he didn't really get to see much. But I mean, you look at like a lot of the focus is here. Strengthen coalitions, handle corruption, localism. Pretty much the first Italian election in the population of I think 14 million people, like 400,000 people voted. So there was not a lot of election and not a lot of pog. Everyone's pretty corrupt, though. I have added options for that to be.
There's a new question.
So everyone's pretty corrupt, but who would you say would be the most corrupt?
If you go down the right group, which is the historical path, you're gonna find some people who are pretty corrupt. I mean, like Alfonso Mamera was a pretty awful. He was the general that was made leader of the right-wing party. Urbano Ratizzi hated Garibaldi, which angered people so much that he got kicked out of government like twice.
How do you spell that?
Urbano. I have it here.
Urbano. Yeah, Urbano Ratizzi, former president of the Council of Ministers of the Italian Republic.
Sarkis asks, which country do you suggest to play? Which is, which country focus tree is the largest?
I guess the African focus trees technically.
Yeah, technically the African tribal focus tree ends at the closest at 1905-ish. And can go on for a bit longer depending on how long you want to play it.
I guess if you want to play like one of the majors, you'd probably choose Prussia or the U.S. for a longer game.
Yeah. Ottomans also go to 880.
Ottomans or France is also pretty long, I think.
Yeah.
If you go Republic. Actually, no. Yeah. Republic, right? Is it Republic or the Kingdom?
Republic.
he
I'm
did
pretty
the
sure
Republic.
I'm pretty sure the Empire or the Kingdom don't have content yet.
Okay.
There was another question about the economy GUI. Someone says, I've noticed that you have a money supply variable on the economy GUI. Is that going to be determined through gold or some Keynesian BS?
Keynesian BS. Well, BS is up for debate, but other than that, it's standard kind of.
I have a feeling that's Epstein. I have a feeling that the person who made that comment is Epstein, but
Owen is asking if there's any music coming to this mod. We'll probably have the music pack 2 at some point for
on
the
the
next era.
Hey,
on
question.
the money supply thing,
There's
money
an easy
supply.
way to figure it out. Jonathan Andrews, did you kill yourself?
Okay. On the money supply question, there are two ways to increase money supply. One is through the mining of precious goods, which are found in various states across the world, which will just give print money. And the other is through the pop saving in their national bank, which will give a slight amount of interest if you adopt or if you get off the gold reserve or the gold standard, not gold reserve, gold standard.
What about
Fuck it.
invading
Doing
other
something with
countries and
Armenia.
taking
There
their
will be
money? Does
content
that
for
work?
Armenia.
There already is ways to unite Germany, I believe, as Bavaria and Württemberg at least, and there is a there is a generic way for miners to unite Germany, if I'm not mistaken. That may not be finished though.
Haram Biscapa question: will there be a South American country with a focus tree? Yes, Brazil.
Actually, yeah, Brazil has one. Ecuador, I believe, has one.
Lothar, how wacky
I may
history are you
that's
willing to go?
generic.
Since you mentioned the Fed, I may
Yeah,
also
you need focus
be able
trees.
to make it so that the national bank can do not only full reserve banking but also fractional reserve banking, so that it could potentially lend out more money than it actually has. So,
You mean modern banking?
yeah, just banking in
Lothar,
general.
how wacky alt history are you willing to go? Well, I have an entire focus tree chain for Liechtenstein buying Alaska, so you tell me.
Pretty much designed a system, and I pretty much designed the opportunity in which a player-led native country could evict the Americans. Oh no!
There's also Greater Texas and Greater California. There's the full-size desert.
There's an
There's-
entire balkanization of the United States in which basically the United States breaks up into lots of little pieces.
There's also the balkanization of China, where the rebellions win and fight amongst themselves.
The
So you can have a restored
balkanization of
Ming if you
Russia,
want.
which exists for no reason.
That's the Russian Civil War in 1917, sorry.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So all of those will have, a lot of them will have cosmetic tags for like the various Cossack rebellions and independent rebellions.
Yeah, that's how wacky and alt history willing to go. You can thank Omar for it. He does. Why did I just select that part of the thing? I'm a fucking idiot. I swear I'm a literal brainlet. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah, I need to do the command.
When I put that guillotine icon. Make that smaller. Guillotine. And then we turn the brightness down so it looks like a background instead of just a fucking mess.
Will there be a path for Italy to be nice to the Southerners? Yes. I'm actually working on that right now.
There's also a path for Italy to be led by the Southerners.
Yeah, true. Looking to focus tree of Italy, if you have to elect one of the leftist governments in order to actually do the paths that would be considered being nice to the South. The general plan for this is that if you do the historical Piedmontization, it'll benefit your economy more, and you'll be like a stronger economic situation at the cost of high crime rates and disorganization, chaos in the South, and the possibility of the Southern Rebellion. And then vice versa if you go with the leftist government policies, which would it would still buff your economy, just not as strong. Let's just say your decisions here will impact whether or not the mob exists. So there's a lot of stuff that isn't exactly visible as to what's the best path for what to go down, but yes, there is a path to.
Hey, imperialism.
Do
I've
that.
done one for removing incompetent leaders. Take a look.
Let me see this. Nice.
Armenia has several ways to get independent and avoid the genocide. One of the interesting ones is if the Ottomans win the Russia-Turkish war, they will release the Armenian territories in Russia as a puppet state, which can then work to reunite itself with the western half.
Southern Italy can form Italy. Not yet. I need to rework their focus tree, but as of right now, every nation, pretty much, Sardinia, Tuscany, the Papal States, and Two Sicilies can all unify Italy.
Two Sicilies has 2 paths, Tuscany has 1. Papal States has 2. Two Sicilies has 1? Or is there 2 for Two Sicilies?
I think
I
think there's gonna be
another one
2.
in the. I dropped another one in the GFX chat for you.
All right, I'll add these in a little bit.
Okay, so in other words, I need to add another super event for Southern Italy.
Essentially, as Sardinia, there's the socialist radical one, or the historical. For Tuscany,
You've got Cavour and Garibaldi for thing. Tuscany is social egale republic. Papal is a Catholic Italy, which is similar to Britain's Parliament, but with the Pope as head of state instead of the king. And there's the Fourth Roman Republic, Papal, and then as far as I know, Two Sicilies has the crown, but I'm not quite sure.
yeah, if you can defeat the invasion of the Thousand, then you can unite Italy as the monarchist path. But if you go down a democratic path, you can take up the unification thing. And there was a question for Lancer here about Native American content, which I do have the focus tree. This may not be the entire or most recent version.
Well, that is not the most recent version. In fact, that version, go down a bit. Go down. I want to see what version you have. I can tell if it's
What
got
in
the
the
lower
world
half.
is this?
What in the world of that? That's the entire thing, basically.
Well, this is actually
not
really
just-
based. I like this.
Oh yeah, you've got the most. No, you haven't got the most recent
Okay,
version.
I've got a rather morbid question.
Neo-native
Yep.
society.
Neonative society.
If you have 0% live goods fulfilled, what percentage of your population should starve every year?
That is rough.
Yeah, basically, you haven't noticed yet the shameless reusing of an icon because I couldn't be asked to make one that day.
Maybe
But yeah,
10?
no, you haven't got the most recent version, which means the
5%?
version,
I don't know.
which means the version Imperialism has technically it does work. It's just not as complete as the version I have. But yeah, there will be enough content for you to play the Native Americans.
Maybe
And
10%?
I'll warn you now. Only one can survive.
Okay, a bunch of people are talking about San Marino stuff. I'm pretty sure San Marino only has whether it wants to join Italy or not. When it forms. I
So,
don't think San Marino will be a problem.
I've been deliberating on this, and I'm not gonna make any promises. But as of right now, in the Division of Italy scenario, my plan is that if you were playing in Italy, or you'll have the option if you were France or Austria or whatever, you would tag switch to San Marino, where you would have like a focus tree and some mechanics towards like building up resistance and like cells in the different cities in Italy and regions and stuff until eventually the revolutions happen, and then technically speaking, that would be San Marino unification. Essentially, anyone who
Why?
escaped the French and Austrian conquering Italy would escape to San Marino.
Hang on. Cog put so much effort into the native focus. Okay. That is not only is that wrong, it's cringe. Because Cog put some effort into the Native American. I designed the fucking thing.
That's gone around.
And recently, I've been putting the effort into the Native American content, and a Cog has been playing with train.
You've been playing with friends.
Pardon?
Alright, let's see. Is there any difference how you form Italy? Yes.
I was actually going to show that off right now. That's why I exited out of my game. So we saw the...
On my screen, you haven't exited out yet. There you go.
We saw the
On screen, you haven't
Sardinian
exited out.
one. Well, the Papal States is probably the most unique one, maybe.
Papal States has 2 unique ones.
We'll try out one of them.
Then watch it completely break and have to go fix something. Sarkis wants to know more stuff about Armenia. Yes, Eastern Armenia can retake its historical lands in multiple ways. One of them will be during the Turkish War of Independence. If Armenia can survive against both the Soviets and Turkey, they'll contain their entire land.
Also,
As well
they're
as the
nowhere
Ottoman collapse earlier. Which isn't likely, but it could happen. You could get a greater Armenia in a few ways.
Also, Sarkis, to answer, I think it was your previous question about the planning to do something in Armenia. Yeah, actually, no, that's fine.
Yeah, Armenia is within my sphere, so I can probably answer most of those questions.
Yeah. Oh, of course Thank you, Epstein. Just thank you.
I'll go with the Roman Republic
I love you, buddy. You're a living meme, and it's brilliant.
Imperialism. Can Italy itself annex San Marino? Because I know San Marino can join, but I don't know if Italy can take
All right,
it.
your pops can now starve. Let's go.
I mean, it's an interesting question because
Right, you did what?
I mean, obviously, I'm
Your
gonna
pop's
give it.
gonna start.
I mean, I'll make it a choice for the players to take or the AI, I guess, in some situations. But historically speaking, it's very unlikely that they would ever.
My God, there's negative population.
I'll probably make it very likely that if the social egalitarians eventually I think the 1870 elections, there will be an option to elect an irredentist focused party, depending on the choices you've made.
There we go.
And that party will be focused on expanding the borders of the irredentists. And they probably tried to get San Marino to submit into the nation.
Harambe's Kappa asks, is there a question apart from the mods? Is there a chat in the Discord to learn how to start modding? Yes, there is. There is a school where Daddy Vanadium will teach you how to mod.
I can't remember if it requires Senate though.
It appears that the Roman Republic focus tree is not working.
Why?
Well, I auto-completed the focus, and there's no actual political leaders there. Did we actually put any there yet? I don't even think we did.
Political leaders? Check who's rolling the current Fourth Roman Republic.
This is Triumvirate.
Yeah, the Triumvirate.
Like in the focus tree, it just says 1861 elections, and then there's nothing.
No, because you've skipped half the events, but...
True. Well, I think
elections aren't. Yeah.
I think we wanted to make this a little bit more custom for the.
Yeah, that was supposed to be custom. That's what I was saying. I haven't actually done that yet because I need to figure out who's running. I'm pretty sure one's Mazzini, and there's another politician, but I can't remember off the top of my head. That's part of the new Roman Triumvirate.
As far as the
But yeah, the Fourth Roman Republic is supposed to declare war on everyone around you, and you get cause and stuff through decision. But you skip that.
as of right, like if you started a game as Italy right now, there's a question here. What is the maximum extension Italy can get? If you play Social Egalitarian, you can keep Nice and Savoy. There's events and decisions to take Monaco and actually annex it, or it can remain as a protectorate. You can get Veneto and Lombardy, all of Italy. Eventually, actually, yes, in the 7 weeks war, you can take. I believe you can take Trentino and maybe Trieste. Eventually, you will be able to support the autonomous party of Dalmatia, which will set up a puppet state in Dalmatia. I mean, it will eventually be possible to also Ticino. I don't know how to pronounce Ticino in Switzerland. Take that. I mean, eventually you can get the entire Tunisia, the colonies. You can get the entire Irredentist plan. It'll be difficult and rare to happen, but it will be possible. And whenever you do that, you can form the Italian Empire. Form Rome. Unironically, form Rome.
Well, you've already got the Fourth Roman Republic, so
True.
you kind of already
I
form
might
Rome.
as well.
The biggest extent from the formers, I believe, is actually papal. Papal Italy, as they can puppet all of Lombardy Venetia without warring it. And they can puppet most things and don't have to, say, give up Nice or anything. But at full extent, don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one of them would actually be the fastest at getting big. Hawaii. Hawaii will get a shared focus tree with a lot of the other Pacific empires and kingdoms, but that's still in the planning phase. Plans for New Mexico. You mean balkanized New Mexico or New Mexico under the US?
I think something nuclear bomb is the most that's happening to New Mexico.
Well, there's a big fight between Mexico and successive states in the balkanized scenario, leading to a big fight between Deseret and Texas and California.
Okay, so basically it's New Mexico versus regular Mexico.
So it's a coalition of the Mormons, California, Texas, and New Mexico. Well, it's Republic of Pueblo versus a Mexican invasion. And then depending on the outcome of that, it will then, if the Americans win, it will then be Greater California and Greater Texas versus Deseret over who controls the basin.
Okay. Argentina or Silver Legion is going to be a thing here. Silver Legion, isn't that the American right-wing thing?
I'm pretty sure there's a Silver Legion tag. And yes, there's stuff for Argentina. Argentina has like all the desert wall stuff. And of course, the war for the
Manhattan
Line,
Commune, yeah. Manhattan Commune's definitely something that's been worked on a lot. I mean, we have one of the most dedicated America devs is Omer, and he's currently doing the balkanized scenario, so he's having a lot of fun with things like Manhattan Commune.
I believe Omer is only the ASA cogs the Manhattan Commune.
Really? No, I think Omer's been working on the Manhattan Commune recently.
You're thinking of the Philadelphia Commune.
No, you're thinking of Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, there are different ones?
Yes.
So there's Manhattan Commune, which is the first one to pop up. That was developed by COG.
Yeah. Hey,
Philadelphia Commune can pop out of the ASA.
Yeah.
Yeah, the King of Hawaii tree is the Indonesian one. I'm going to change it.
Hey,
that moment when
imperialism.
Hawaii personal unions the United States.
Yeah, Hawaii can personal union the United States. I forgot about that.
Imperialism, how about you press a button that destroys Omer's hopes and dreams just to show off the process for the guys on stream?
Yuba, so what's new? New from what, PAX?
Well, I've got a near constant headache nowadays, and I haven't had that before, so that's new.
Where's the countdown? Cringe.
I haven't really worked on the mod since PAX, so.
Guys,
Oh, we're gonna
If
see
you're
the
gonna-
super event.
if you're in the stream, you're gonna want to watch this. Trust me.
Pog.
I don't believe they actually placed the super event, unless someone changed it. It takes a while. Why has nobody fixed Cuba yet?
Does this say Anarcho Republic of Cuba?
Yes.
Sorry.
Cuba being released as the Anarcho Republic. I don't know why Anarchist is its default release.
But it's
the Cobalt one.
autocracy. Attack autocracy.
Coggernaut would be happy.
But yes, look at this. There's the Manhattan coming.
Super events. I need to do the frame changes for moving out from the Victorian era.
One
into the
thing I
modern
did
era.
want to ask you. I think I just need to change some of the localization of the Division of Italy one. Currently, it is tailored towards the revolutions across Italy. I think it'd be better to have it as the Division of Italy.
Yeah, because it's currently the super event is for the revolutions, not the division.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we should change that because the revolutions.
So,
I mean, if,
the revolution's forming Italy, whereas the division of Italy isn't really Italy yet. It's still going to be formed.
true.
And the super event is for the formation of Italy.
Will there be? Oh my god!
Problem
There's a
with
lot of
overlap
questions.
Super events. No, because I can't do anything about fixing that.
You
Although,
can blame Paradox for that one.
you shouldn't be getting multiple super events in a row.
The only way I
Will other parts of Germany, like liberal Germany, also receive content? Yes, I can confirm that there are 8 unification of Germany super events.
Mic feedback off.
Take
Mic
that what
off.
you will.
The only way I could think of in that you get more than one super event at the same time is if you researched the powered flight
Mic
at the
feedback
same
on.
time
Mic on.
that you had a normal super event.
The Dream of Flight. Problem is, the Dream of Flight is 1902, and there are
Yeah,
no
but
super events at that time.
Yeah, but you know how players are. They're gonna minimax research.
No, that's the earliest you can get it, and like the latest you should have gotten it is No, it's actually kind of impossible for you to get it late because it's the super event fires on the first person to research.
Okay.
And the AI should have researched it by 1905 because they prioritize aviation for some reason.
Yeah.
Can you at least turn off super event music? Sadly, I can't tie that into its own setting. Okay, probably
You could actually you could have
yeah, because
a
the music
global
is triggered by its own GUI that changes because of how music works. So yes, I could set a flag in the options menu. I could actually do that.
As I'm gonna go up a little bit, there's a few. So someone just asked, "What's new with the mod?" Quite a bit.
Lots of things and nothing.
Well, the mod's giving me a headache. That's new.
Specifically, right now, what I'm working on, what you're seeing right now is Italian United Italy stuff. In general, We're working on our next update, Vertursus
Except me.
0.2.5 what am I saying? 0.2.5.1? I don't know what version it is. We gave up on properly naming versions a long time ago.
This is 0.2.5 because it was halfway between
Yeah,
Deus Ex
0.2.5.
Machina and Ars Malika.
0.2.5.
I would
I thought
say
PAX was
Versus
0.2.5.
No, PAX is 0.2.
0.2.5. No.
Wait, PAX is
Deus
0.
Deus Ex
Um,
Machina was 0.2.
TOI is 0.1. Deus Ex Machina is 0.2. PAX is 0.2.5 because it was a patch to Asia. Versus should probably be 0.2.6 or 0.2.7. And then
0.2.7.
Malika is 0.3.
0.2.7.5?
No. Too many points. You want major minor patch.
Yeah, okay.
That's how you set how you lay those out. We aren't in any majors yet because we haven't finished the timeline, so it's O. Then we're currently on the second update, 5th patch,
Okay.
and because we've done minor patches for packs, it'll probably be like 0.8 for Versus.
And hot fixes would be the next point over, but the thing is,
Yeah.
in the new beginning doesn't do hot fixes.
Done hotfixes. We've done like 3 hotfixes for packs, I
We
think.
have done a lot. Although, and compared, and I actually looked at the version history. We did release a very minimal amount of hotfixes for the original releases. Not enough, but we did. I'm gonna I'm trying to get us caught up. Okay, so that's what we're working on. Will there be a possibility of an Austrian-formed Germany? Yes, Bavaria can choose to ally with Austria, and they can have a Bavaria can control like an Austrian support-backed, I think Southern German Confederation rather than Northern.
Bavaria can form the German Confederation under Austria as a puppet, and Austria can then integrate them later, but that's doubtful that they'll be able to do that.
That is definitely a broad alt history, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd get the German Confederation under Bavaria, which is very Austrian leaning.
And then he also asked, will other path for Germany make liberal Germany and also receive content? Yes. There's liberal Germany and social egalitarian Germany, I think, right?
There's quote unquote socialist Germany, which is social egal. You've got Bismarck Germany, liberal Germany, those are from Prussia. Then you've got a German Confederation under Bavaria. Then you've got liberal Germany under Württemberg. And then you've got I believe there's a space to prevent if any of the minors form it, but that's unlikely. And yes, there'll probably be dynamic flags. I believe Germany can pick between 4. And Italy's flag will be based on who formed it. So the Catholic one is, I think, green, yellow, red. I forget the flag.
Yeah, so the Sardinia, I think Tuscany as well will use the flag right here, the regular. Although actually it probably doesn't because it says the House of Savoy on it. Sardinia
Yeah, I believe
gets...
they use the regular tricolor. That House of Savoy is the kingdom. Catholic one is the Catholic Papal States is like red, yellow, green. If you click on the papal focus tree and the Catholic branch, you'll see it. And then the Roman Republic is similar with the writing in the middle. I don't believe Austria can directly form Germany. I don't think Ruber Deutschland is possible. As of current.
You mean Greater Germany?
Yeah.
There we go, it's working.
Let's just delay 30 seconds so I can actually see it on the screen.
Italian elections are finished.
Good. Italian elections for historical Italy, I assume.
this is actually for both social egalitarian and essentially the way I did it was like the same candidates are essentially if the social egalitarian the radicals take over Sardinia Piedmont, once Italy actually forms, there is in this situation, this scenario, a theoretical demand for elections, and Mazzini supports, having the first round of elections in Italy ever. Obviously, the elections are going to be based on politicians from Sardinia and Piedmont, as Tuscan politicians were not liked and many fled to Austria, although there will be some characters in the next round of elections which are available. And then in the 1865 elections, the extreme wing, which is Mazzini's party, can win that election, but he has to surrender his position for the first election. So that's Sardinia Piedmont's elections are finished. I think China will always have its rebellions in that form of implode. Whether or not it can become a great power or not is probably based on how it's played.
I was about to say I should probably be the one answering that because I know how China's working. So China shouldn't always well, I say shouldn't always implode. China shouldn't be imploding as earlier as China will basically always go into a warlord state unless it follows one path very specifically. So at the moment, the only way to come out as a great power of China early enough is if you complete the 100 days reform, which is very difficult.
I will do it.
But yes, so currently you've got China currently has a big stretch of content between, well, will have, I should say, from the start of the game to 1949, I think, 1950. And that stretch is basically deciding what China's going to be like for 1950 onwards. So you'll get super events for China in 1950. Because of all the rebellions, the warlord era, or a lot of things.
Yeah.
There's going to be like 8 outcomes, I think. Taiping, Ming, Xinjiang, Tanshan, Qing, ROC, PRC. Sorry, Westernized Qing. 8.
How wacky do we want to go with the focuses, since I noticed this game is very restrictive to being historical? The thing is, we're trying to get a core historical content done first before we branch out. I mean, most of my work is in alt history, basically. When I do code, it's mostly in alt history. Not only am I making content for Native Americans in the off chance that the player actually manages to get them to be victorious against the United States, but I'm going to warn you now, it's pretty much God mode. But I'm also going to be doing a socialist branch of the tree for the United Kingdom. So basically, we're just getting the core done before we really get into any weirdness.
I imagine the big issue with your playthrough is that Prussia's been very railroaded at the moment, because it used to be a lot easier to pick and choose.
I mean,
you do, and currently you basically have to go down Bismarck to actually.
Yeah, Prussia just had a really big rework, but that also means that the historical stuff is working a lot better. And I believe actively right now in the GitHub version, there's a lot more alternate history stuff being added. Like Denmark can win the Second Schleswig War. There's plans for the socialist uprising if Prussia loses the Franco-Prussian War. There's all history stuff in the plans. And in connection to that, we have kind of decided that from the period of 1857 to 85, we're going to take a lot of time on this era, just to make sure that we're, it's not like you have to go down this specific path. It's not fun. It's boring. Oh my God, I can't handle it. I can't do fun things. We're going to make sure it's like an actual playable mod for this set period of time. And then we'll move on and repeat that process again for the next whatever period we choose.
Will
He,
Super Germany be possible in later updates? I don't think so. We'd probably have to get Chris in to
That-
really grill him on.
Yeah,
he wrote-
he did answer this in Ask a Dev, I think, at some point. He essentially said that it was extremely unrealistic of an idea, especially since and I'm not an expert on this, and I'm not the German dev, but I believe that it was in the during 1848, that kind of revolutions across Europe thing. There was the proclamation in the I don't know. It was in maybe it was the Reichstag or some famous German building where they, pronounced this idea of Germany being united, and they considered almost all of Austria to be a part of that, and that was like the time period where that would have been possible, but they did not They were not successful in their revolution, so. I think they can expand somewhat into Austria, but I don't think the original idea from 1848 can be achieved realistically. If it is possible, it definitely won't last.
What is Super Germany in anyway?
It's basically Germany if it takes all of the HRE sort of territories to all the German-speaking areas. So it includes like Bohemia and Austria as well.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I just thought Super Germany was another name for the European Union, but okay.
No. Culture and religion mechanic is still under work. Most of it's in and will be tying in with pops and stuff. The only one that isn't in is cultural unrest, which I don't know if or when that's getting implemented. Could China evolve into constitutional monarchy? Yes, in several ways. It can evolve into constitutional under Taiping, and if China succeeds the 100 Days reform.
Oh, Strat's back.
And yes, 100 Days
I've been
reform
here.
is Chad westernized China, and it is going to be incredibly difficult.
The guy asked earlier that there's barely anything to do, but when I get the econ done, there's gonna be a lot more to do, especially in the peacetime years.
How is the Berlin conference going to look like? It is already in and working. It starts in 1885 and has a massive event chain. And how it works is it's rounds of voting and your decisions tab to give each region of Africa to a different colonial power. I've posted several pictures of results of the Berlin conference around Discord. I could probably post some more if you want. Lysandia, referring mostly to annexing Austria and Bohemia here. I don't think Super Germany is possible at the moment. Mainly because weakening Austria-Hungary that much is not a good idea. Lysandia, is the 100th thing reforming right now? No. That will be in the next update, as it was out of the timeline for PAX. There it is. Do I have the focus tree for this planned?
There is a question regarding India here, Garion.
Oh no, India, yeah. What's the Indian question? Is India pushed out, and if so, can you gain independence? No. India has a pretty basic focus tree, and no, you can't really gain independence. Although if you play as the Sepoys, you can form the Mughal Empire, and you can form Hindustani Republic, I believe. Eurobro wants to link to the Discord, I can do that.
I'll add one to the description if I can. There's a link in the stream description. Now.
There we go. Is there any plans for South American continent at the moment? we currently have the Brazilian dev completely reworking the War of the Triple Alliance, which is like 24 endings, so I'd say yes.
Yeah, there is a generic focus tree for South America, which I mean it's
It's
not.
completely overpowered and needs nerfing.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you can really. I mean, I don't know if it really allows you to do much since you can't justify war goals unless you enable it. But
Yeah, just me doing Honduras games, I can get like 50% construction speed, 30% research speed, a whole bunch of other stuff. That tree is dumb.
there is a
55%
Peru focus
resource
tree.
extract. Oh, there is a Peru focus tree. Oh yeah, yeah, Peru, Brazil. Yeah, that's generic.
Oh yeah, Garion, I have an issue I need to raise with you.
Yes, what is it?
We need text prior to 1850 for the industry tree, because right now there's not much difference between, like, say, China and the United States. And trying to cram in all these like industrial bonuses into like 5 texts is not like that's just not going to work, especially when a country like China can research them within like a few years, and then what be on
Have
the
a
equivalent
large
of like
amount of research speed reductions.
yeah
Because
they
they're not
do, but
good
the thing is that I don't want to cram in. What I'm asking is like for one line of text before the first industrial text, the industrial text.
Well, America should have text in the 1885 section, which is like 3 or 5 lines in between them. I don't know why they're missing a whole bunch of early 1850s text.
I don't know why either, but the thing is, it's
Yeah, most of them should be like 1855, 1860s text, not 1850 text.
I think there should be a line of 1800 texts, which take a while to
Really?
research. Which every what? Yeah.
Because doing that would require me completely reworking how tribal tech works.
Right. Okay.
Because currently all of those have prerequisites in the tribal tech tree.
Hmm.
Galay and Civil War going to be changed? I have no idea.
but at some point, likely. Now, if I want to put ideas, you can. Okay. You can put add idea in a state scope ?
I believe you can add ideas to states, yes.
Okay. Great.
Is India fleshed out, and if so,
I've
can
answered
you?
that question.
Oh, okay. We should definitely somewhere have a picture of imperialism with a chalice of milk, just for the fun of it. Consume the chalice, imp. Consume the chalice.
Oh. I've got that tree.
Also, I assume Garion will be fine with me like completely like just revamping all these industrial tech bonuses, like what they give.
Yeah, if you to tie them into the economy, yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Like, I know quite a few of them are filler. Especially a lot of humanities is quite fillery.
Someone earlier in the chat said, "Oh, it's nice to see that the devs have just as much of a problem as starting it." Yeah, that's kind of because Would you say that's a launcher problem?
There's a bit of a launcher problem, but the big thing with our mod is that a lot of our stuff is front loaded instead of back loaded. So
That's
we
why.
load a lot of events at the start of the game instead of having you lag with a bunch of trigger checks later on.
So basically, we.
But that is
Basic-
being solved slowly but surely by.
It'll be spaced out throughout the game, so it's not entirely front loaded.
We have semi-discussed the possibility of having like graphical constructions on the map, but I'm not sure. We haven't really talked about it that much.
Opening of Panama Bay Super Event. Yes, it will be. I already have the picture and music for that, I believe. And
what-
is there estimate time for the economy release? That will be up to Strat. If Strat can do it before
Not
Vertursus,
not Vertursus.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll likely be out of
Versus is May, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's,
I think if you put your muscle into it, you could set that up by May.
the issue is I have school.
Yes.
Fail. Just drop out.
No. Italy. Yeah, it probably won't be for Vertursus. It will probably be for Asbolica.
I'm just gonna casually
Or
play
there may
the
be a
game.
special patch in between, which includes the econ.
Yeah, we could just have an economy release in between, which would be 2.9.
2.9.
No, not 2.0.9. If we'd make that would mean that Vertursus is 0.2.6, and that would make the economy 0.2.8, evenly spaced. You see, the only reason we'd have 0.2.9 is if more things came in and we had the 0.2.9 as well, which they won't.
I'm gonna eventually need someone else to help me with the economy, though, especially with things like corporations and like events to do with that, and them meddling in your government.
I'm pretty sure Cog probably help, and I'll definitely help once I've finished my hiatus.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure Cog will help. Okay.
Because I still have tech tree. I want to rebalance the navy because the navy's still not working properly.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm trying to add a Corvette to my production, and it is not working.
Are you?
Okay, the gunboat worked.
I see a frigate in your list.
That's on startup. Okay, the line ship worked.
Gunboat corvettes, early corvettes. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Hull is MTG. The one without Hull is not MTG.
What?
Okay, that's weird. I think that's a base game bug.
Oh no. Yeah, something you'll learn is
That's not working either.
here.
The ones you're picking on, do they have Hull after it? Oh no, they do have Hull. Okay. I have no idea why it's failing. Click the edit button.
In mod development, thanks Paradox is pretty much our thanks Obama.
These I mean, at least I think I customize these ships myself in the history file.
But can you quickly check the ones that can't open? Can you go into the design variant button?
Yeah,
I just want to have a look and see if it's a
Imperialism. You might want to stream on Discord.
Okay.
Just thanks Paradox.
Yeah, okay. No, I do not see why that should be failing.
There's also this one.
Yeah, hull, engines, other engine sales.
Yeah, sales.
Why are you?
To must.
What?
Why are you on that particular server there? Why?
Memes.
Why?
This does work, however.
Literally.
Why am I in these memes? Yeah, I was gonna say my response to that is ew, ew, ew,
Okay,
ew.
that's it.
I don't know. I
This
try. At
They have
least
good
I
names.
have added something of some naval content for Italy, but I truly don't understand MTG modding at all.
At least we have something.
Sandia, Cog is lead for the Americas. I do not know who's developing Chile. I don't even think Chile's being developed.
Chile isn't being developed. I thought Chile was getting a generic.
I
Until
mean, at some
Pinochet
point,
shows
maybe
up
it
and
will,
beats
but we
interest.
don't have. It's hard to find people who are willing and interested.
Just give it to Cognaut. He'll do almost anything. Or Garyon. Garyon, you'll do almost anything. Do you want Chile?
I'm just gonna casually play a game, test it out, make sure everything communication's working. Nice historical game. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
I'm gonna take a little nap. Maybe get myself a glass of warm milk.
There were some. I have written down a few flavor events I wanted to add, which I can probably do now.
Might go have a shower, take my laptop in there with me, see how well that works out. Hey, do you think any actual cheese is used in making tangy cheese Doritos?
Maybe. Here's a flavor event. I actually bought these. The candies mentioned in this flavor event.
What do you mean you bought it?
So the Pastigli Leon, which was founded in June of 1857, and the Count of Cavour, Camilla Benso himself, he ate them during his speeches. And they're these little candies, and I ordered them on Amazon, a whole bunch of them, and I
got those in Italy once.
I like them. I enjoyed them.
They're great. Just don't get the Parma Violet flavored ones. Those taste like.
Yeah, I stuck with like berry flavored ones.
Yeah, they're good.
I need to.
So, I think later on I might make myself a sandwich.
What hoi modding does to a person. Yeah, there's
Yep.
a lot of things that order modding does to a person.
Look on the bright side. It could be worse.
True.
We could be in terms of just people, we could be a lot worse. And if you're big in Hearts of Iron, you know exactly what I'm talking.
Ragging on them. Okay. It is 1 o'clock. Yeah, I should probably get off.
I mean, I can't exactly bring it up because YouTube will just smash us for it.
Bring it up then.
I'm not gonna bring it up, but if you're in Hearts of Iron 4, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say we are not the worst. Thank God, because I thought I was a terrible person.
Then I met them and I realized I was not.
There's no such thing as modding Victoria 2. Although, we do have a Victoria 2 modder here with us, so...
Modding Victoria 2, you say?
Modding Victoria 2? Oh God, Garyon. It's not
Hello.
looking good for you, buddy.
Hello, I do a total conversion for Victoria 2.
It's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a Discworld mod. It's actually pretty good. It's based on the Terry Pratchett Discworld books, which is awesome because if you read them, they are very funny. and just generally clever. You could be an unwholesome. Yeah. You could be not wholesome 100 Chungus. Who has just entered? Oh, it's Vanadium. Sup, Vanadium?
Hello, I'm back. I'm actually can talk now. Ah,
Nice.
Nice.
mom sometimes. All right. Let's see what's happening with the stream.
Tried to mod Vic 2 one time. Lysander, to get my total conversion working, you have to rename your vanilla history file for Victoria 2. It's annoying.
The instructions
Incredibly
in
finicky.
the instructions on how to get it working are in the README. It's actually very simple, easy to read, makes sense. You can just follow it step by step.
Basically, Victoria 2 isn't designed to be modded, so you have to basically just make a new game and then replace the game with that game.
Yes. You have to make the game
rename-
pretend. You have to like fake it so like the game thinks that the mod files are the actual game files. That's how it is.
What you do is you rename a few folders to up yours paradox, make your launcher fucking work, all one word. That's what I do.
Vanadium, may I interest you in helping me with the known date event calculation system?
If you'd like, sure.
All right, I'm gonna
now or this week overall.
I'm gonna pull up what I have right now and just get. I mean, what's okay? Every year, the UCT gets their variable add 1. That's there. Now, I don't know. Did we say something about not using 100 else if checks, or did we say we'd split it into like 10 different one of these? Or
I do not see what you're looking at.
I'm streaming in Discord, am I not? Oh, it's streaming the game. Okay, well,
yeah.
Okay. Silly game. That's not what
I mean, I can watch it from the YouTube, but that's like a 3-minute delay.
Yeah,
so that's like I'm not doing that.
Okay, so this is everything that's on yearly. The 2 effects right here.
One of the few soft drinks from America I've tasted is LaCroix. And honestly, I can say LaCroix tastes like you're drinking sparkling water and there's someone in another room shouting the name of a fruit. It tastes like a strawberry with low battery.
Okay, can you send me that code and I'll show you what I want to do?
Yes. I'll just put it in meeting hall for the sake of convenience.
Okay.
Mic feedback off. Mic off.
And hopefully my VS Studio doesn't crash. There we go. Okay.
Mic feedback on. Mic on.
That common scripted effects. And copy your code over meeting hall. And I'll start streaming on my end as well. At least so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mic feedback off. Mic off.
Come on. Okay. So this is what we have.
It is quote unquote fun to make a total conversion for Book 2.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fun. Okay, so instead of this, we could, what I'd say we do, we just we don't even need this really. So instead, what we have, we got this effect here, and first of all, we need on yearly just UCT. So we're just focusing on the UCT tag. We don't have to check the UCT scope to UCT, and then if and I believe it's just like limit, and then check variable global.year is less than 18. What are we? It'll be 61. Will be the first one. 61. Okay.
Mic
That'll
feedback
be
on.
Well, it depends if
everything.
we're doing it every 2 years or.
So yeah, it'll be just. So first of all, it'll be like this. So it'll be this. First of all, it'll be that. So check and see if it's before 1870, and if so, it will go in here.
Okay.
And then from there, we can just copy this and place it in here. And then this would be, to be specific, it would be like 62.
57.
Yeah, 62. House F. This would be 64. And then another one, 66. So they'll just fire this thing in here. So if it's before 1870, it'll go in here. So this will be 68. And what I don't know why. So honestly, we could just do it as else statement. So they don't check anything.
Do you think
And then this
you
would.
could put a...
Pardon?
Do you think you could put a sweater on a cat if you wanted to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time I go to my
Mic feedback
parents, I'm gonna
off.
go.
Mic off.
I am gonna get a sweater for their cat.
So it'll be like this. So that's how we structure it. 2, 4. I feel like I'm forgetting number 6. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I passed kindergarten. I swear. Okay. And I think this one would need 60 probably. Yeah. 60. So house F. So why I'm layering this is if it's a 1900,
Mic
right?
feedback
Then it'll just
on.
check this,
Mic on.
and then it won't check any of these, and it won't check any of these.
Not streaming the Medium stream.
That's fine.
I don't know if anyone in this stream of the 19 viewers can comprehend what is going on the Medium screen right now.
Basically, for people who don't understand, who don't see it,
I'll put it there.
Okay. We work on the code to optimize how event chains get triggered into it, because currently what's happening is if there's an event that is going to be fired in, say, 1910, at the start of the game, which is 1857, we're telling the game, oh, in about 50 years, it's like 48 years something, fire this event, which is okay, but if you do that for every single event in the game, which is like a few thousand, that's why it takes so long to load up in the beginning of the game, and that's I hate it. I hate the long loading times. I think you guys do too. Instead, what we're doing is every 2 years. So this effect would be, there's no every 2 years, but there's on yearly. So every on yearly, for the country UCT, which is just our tag, which is our country that we just send everything when we don't have any specific country to trigger to. We're just telling it, hey, if it's the year 1870 or less than 1870, fire. It'll check for what year it is, which is these checks, and it will fire the.
Okay, now that you're explaining it, I do have one concern.
Yes.
Now, let's say, so this checks every year.
Yes.
So, if it's less than 1860, wouldn't it fire that scripted effect every year rather than every 2 years? Because it'll be less than 1860 for, well, technically 3 years. But
I guess it'll be, yeah. So
like,
first of all, we'll do this. So, of course, I'm not done. But so basically, we're here. Okay. So the first thing is 58, right? So the next will be 59. So 59 would be what this would trigger for 59. I guess the next thing would do, if you want to do it bi-yearly, would have to do it where, and this is just an easy change. Let's just do this like this. If, and then we can just
Mic feedback
there.
off. Mic
If
off.
limit check variable global.year, which checks the year, is divided modulo 2 equals 0, which checks if the year is a
Mic feedback on.
even
Mic
number.
on.
Then do everything in here, and if not, it'll just skip. Would that work?
okay,
Is that what you want?
That does sound.
So modulo 2 just means that you divide by 2 and pops out the remainder. So if it's an odd number like 1857, it'll equal 1, which is then it will just skip over this and not do anything.
Yeah.
So we don't have to create a new variable.
What that was.
Yeah. So we don't need to do new variables. We can just use the game variables. So they'll save up on like so marginally, but that's what you can do. And from there, we just like copy this scripted effect in for where you want to put it. So in this case,
I'll
it would be
have to rename those.
So this would be 58 through 59. Wait, this is 57. This is 57 through 58. We actually don't need this, do we? No, we don't. Okay, I'm being.
Yeah, that would be on startup.
That'd be on startup. So this would be 59 to 58, 57. So this is 58, 59.
That currently says 68 and 69.
Okay, maybe I didn't pass kindergarten. I don't know. Actually, this is probably first grade math. So I passed kindergarten. Yep, there we go. And this is 60, 61, right? And then we just do, and within this, it'll be a later where we have this in probably a separate thing where we just have a KDE. And then just like Korea, I don't know, country event ID equals Korea.6, and then days equals 100, and that's how we do it, right? Yep. And preferably, we'd also want just to mark it like this is actually, I don't know, this is
labeling each event
March.
would be extremely useful.
Just so we can know what the hell is going on. Put the dates there, people, for the devs watching, please. Of course, this is not in yet, but once we put it in, we'll put in documentation as we teach people how to use it. This would be the most optimal way. We don't want to do just if statements all down the line because we want to skip over as many if statements as possible. So if we embed a few, we don't want to embed too much because then it would be excessive, but like 1 or 2 layers, this is technically 3 layered, but this one is only 1 check. So it's really more, this doesn't count as a layer. So 2 layers are here. If it's 250 years, but it's bi-yearly, that's 125 checks, which you could do. But if we're doing it by decades, this would go up to, this layer could go up to, I see 10, so 13 checks, which is because it's 13 1310 checks. Actually, this would be 1870, and the next check would be 18. This one would be 1890. Yeah. Yep. That's. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. English isn't my first language.
Sorry, but
Let's see here.
See a little confused on what's going on.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, like you had me for like a second, and then you started saying all this shit that I didn't even know. Like,
Hey,
I was looking at else if statements. I was like, all right, I'm getting it, and then you started saying all the bullshit. I'm like, okay, now you lost me.
1870. Yep. So then we can check here. 1870. That.
Just for
So
everyone
what-
on the stream, this guy's Snobbig. He's the guy responsible for all of the neat models for the unit.
Mic feedback
So he does
off.
all the
Mic
modeling,
off.
3D modeling. So, for example, if you've played it recently and you've seen the Asian units or the Prussian units, he does those.
So we don't need this. We don't need this. But this code here. Yeah.
RVNG asks,
Mic
says, I
feedback
love the
on.
little bit
Mic
of
on.
the little bit of the mod I've played. Your computer is really slow, so I can't play the mod on my own computer until I get some more storage. The problem isn't really the storage. The problem is that the mod front loads and doesn't backload. So
Do you want to send me
effectively-
that code so I can add it to the on your the file I have here?
Yep. I just have to rewrite it so it looks nice
okay.
when I send it to you.
Yeah.
Because when it copy pasted to my end, it was kind of fucked up. Okay. Okay.
I've completely forgotten what I was saying.
Well, you did interrupt me, so I forgot what I was saying. Something with math. It was math. Honestly, it was boring math. So let's just say if this thing will, once we actually fully implement it, hopefully your game runs better.
Yeah, we did joke earlier that the second we finish this is whenever Strat will finish the economy, so it'll be negligible. We'll break even if we're lucky.
Nah, actually, it would help, especially on not only on startup but on daily ticks.
You realize I'm going 24 months, right? Which is like would add what do I say? Like 48 to 96 seconds to the on startup.
Well, I mean, this also isn't the only thing that we're gonna fix. So we're gonna fix the
everything.
Yes, everything, slowly but surely. I have a list
I have to cross the world to find someone who knows how to perfectly optimize Hearthstone 4 mods. I'll do what I have to.
We have to figure out where random guy is.
Yeah, we'll find him.
Bring him out from his grave.
Right when we needed him most.
He disappeared on us.
I'm trying to figure out this problem I've been having for a long time. Especially the US. Trying to change the texture on them and everything else and make them where the entities align. Got the texture on it, but it's going to the weapon, not the actual model. So the weapon looks like it's like a half-faced weird thing going on.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. Look at
I'm trying to send this message, the code to him on Meeting Hall, but it's like it's telling me like, oh no, you're not allowed to because you're not friends with this person.
I've had
I'm
that
like,
issue before.
Okay, I'll just send it to you, and because I think you're friends on this Discord. Yeah, we are. Okay. Boop, boop, boop.
If you've already completed a focus and you use a complete national focus line, but it's a focus that's already been completed, does it like do anything bad?
God damn it, Discord. Oh my gosh. Okay, apparently it believes that I'm not allowed to send messages anymore. Hello? Okay. Yeah, I'm just not allowed to send messages. Okay, that's pretty cool, Discord. Like every Yep. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Now to show the stream, you can see here on my GitHub desktop what we use to actually push updates. My changes I've made so far tonight. Not a lot considering the amount of time we spent here. I've been a little distracted in answering questions, but hey, slow but steady wins the race. Go ahead and.
So imperialism.
Yes.
I want to actually do this. So why dots and not line? One steady line going up and down.
Because a line would be very much more. It'd be much more difficult to make.
Okay.
So dots give you general feeling anyway, so it's the same effect.
All right.
Just looks slightly less pretty.
Common, scripted effects. I'm just gonna send you the file. Hopefully that works. There we go. Aha! I can't send text, but I can indeed send files through Discord. Okay.
That works.
Thanks, Discord. Much appreciated. I love Discord so much. Okay.
Okay. Look at that. That has gone in nice and clean.
Okay, let's load up the questions. I can actually see the questions anymore. Let's see here. Talked about content injections. Did we talk about that? Content injections? That question? What are content injections, imperialism?
Wait, oh! First I was like, oh god, they're putting me I have no idea what this means. That's like Pax Orientalis, right? That's what we're talking about, like updates where...
Yeah, so basically what it is sometimes there are certain countries or regions where they got incomplete compared to the rest of the world in terms of the timeline we wanted. So when we worked on Dux Ex Machinima, the goal was to get the world done, all the main countries that we planned to have actual content be done up to 1872. However, when they were doing that, there was an inconvenient thing where all the people on the Asia team decided just to leave. And because of that, there was no one working on Asia content, which is why we had Pax Orientalis, which is basically all the people, a bunch of people got reassigned to Asia to work on Asia content. And that was fun. And that is still fun because I'm still working on Asia content to catch up. Japan is still behind, which could be a part of the Vertersis update, even though it's not real optimization. So that's what content injections mean. You can also just occasionally inject filler stuff that is also should have probably been in the previous update, but we either forgot or we just found something cool to add. But that's what content injections mean. It's just it was supposed to be in a previous update, but due to things, it wasn't. So there's nothing specific when it comes to content injections. Just Pax Orientalis was just specifically Qing, India, Siam, supposedly Japan, but I got reassigned pretty late, so I wasn't able to finish on time. Yep. I have no idea if that question was already answered earlier, but because I enjoy. No.
I had meant to, because we did discuss slightly, like someone asked like what's going on, what's new, what's happening. Oh yes, and someone said that it feels very railroad, and I mentioned that we had kind of planned to stop at the 1885 line to kind of like go back, make sure we have like a lot of cool paths, we have a lot of cool stuff, everything's worked with each other, and then we can move on and repeat the process for each block of era that we choose. And I meant to mention that with our updates, we do those content injection updates, but yeah, there you covered it there. So
Yeah, so it is railroaded. One thing with our mod is it's gonna be a lot slower than other mods. It's just Horde 4 was made to be played from like what 1836 to 1846. Like
well,
it's a
not
10-year
18,
period.
but definitely 19.
19, yes, yeah. So yeah, it's a 10-year period either way. I'm still thinking Victoria things. Yeah, it's meant to be played in 10 years. Honestly, maybe I mean I joined the team. I'm one of the more newer developers, so I wouldn't say that Hoi 4's time probably wouldn't be the best for extended game like a 250-year mod, but that's what we ended up doing. So everything is a lot slower, just to be more at least realistic, and also just more game bound. So that's we had to worry about that. So that's why it feels more railroady. Also, it feels more railroady because our prioritization is because there's just so much fucking things, and we're not a particularly large team. We're a pretty small team relatively. We have like probably good like 8 to 10 like dedicated developers. We have a bunch of people researching and occasionally hop in here and there, but honestly the active team is pretty small for the scope of the mod. So we focus primarily on at least trying to get the historical stuff out first, and then we can go back in. I mean, like Ormer, he's a person that's dedicated on all history, specifically the United States. He's doing a pretty good job. But for most of the world, we try to get the historical stuff first. So if you're playing countries that have only the historical stuff first, and like Germany is one of those examples where one particular branch, which is the historical branch, is really well and made, but the rest aren't because they're not a priority, then yeah, it feels very early. I wish it was more, and definitely there. Once the econ and the what's it called, the rehaul with the parliament, those are the two things. Which the rehaul, that's the parliament, which will include social reforms. Once those two systems get put in, it'll feel a lot more like Victoria 2, and hopefully it'll feel a lot more fluid and less railroady, because it won't be just like a national focus and then here you can change your government this way, or here just national. You actually have to go through processes of with events that's like, oh, you can like try to convince your country to do this, and it will be embedded with of course national focuses and decisions, but it'll try to give up more fluid things on leading your country to a certain path and just doing just like, oh, a national focus, and oh, there you go, that's how you do it. Yeah, that's hope.
Yeah, and we're kind of make it so that it's not necessarily as overbearing and confusing as Victoria and EU4 and those kind of series are, since Hoi 4 community isn't the most intelligent. You don't play Hoi 4 because you want to min-max absolutely everything you're doing, which is why especially with the economy, we're making it, theoretically making it so that if you really don't understand it and don't want to have to mess with it, you don't have to.
It runs in the background without any input. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there will be some inputs which you could like min-max if you tried to, but it'll be all autonomous mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're going for like laissez-faire shit, and those capitalists will do things for you.
Yeah, the capitalists will just build up the country as you go along. You don't have to do much.
We are doing.
Can we make
You will have to make money, so you will have to deal with like taxation and such, but that's about it.
Yeah, so it won't be too much. It'll be like maybe 3 or 4 inputs. Just like, oh, you need more money, you could try to tax people or not.
I mean,
It won't be too
there'll be multiple different taxes. You just have to know. Okay, maybe this tax.
It might be useful to know like what a tariff is.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
let's see.
it'd be useful to know the difference between an income tax and a tariff.
As for Lothor's next suggestion, I wonder if you can make the timer go at different intervals.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no. The answer is
no.
Simple answer, no.
I've looked into this extensively. I've tried every
and there is a certain point where sometimes playing at faster speeds will not help you because the game struggles to actually compute at the rate that you're trying to do. Like some people have to play at 4 speed on the mod just in order to let the computers and actually the game take everything into consideration. I mean, there is the famous real-time.
That's not what he's asking. That's not what he's asking. He's asking because in-game Horde 4 it takes per hour. He's wondering you can do per every 2 hours or per or just day in EU4 Victoria it's per day.
Actually, there was see, it doesn't work like that. There was someone whenever this was first revealed that you can change some aspects of the time mechanics. This is the early days of the co-op, when we had first joined. There was talk and discussion of changing, can we go hours to days? And someone had, made it, probably Yard, had made it go so that it would travel by day, but it wasn't really going by day. The date displayed was moving by days, but everything in the game was still ticking as if that was 1 hour it was interpreting. So you can make it display by moving 1 day, but it would still be acting as if it was an hour.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those
no.
things.
Yeah, the simple answer is absolutely not.
There are just things in
you can make it into real time.
Yeah, there are things in Horde 4 that are hard coded, and we wish weren't hard coded. Those are one of those things. Another example could be fuel, where you have the fuel, you get oil, and you build up a stockpile. We hope that in the future Paradox will make it so you can edit that, and we can have food consumption also be a thing. So you have to build up supplies of food.
We have, however, lost our only contact with Paradox we once had.
Yeah, so I doubt Paradox is watching, but I'm just saying.
Please help us.
Please make it.
We found an issue with the tech tree and how it's calculated. Please fix.
Oh, there goes another viewer. Okay.
Yeah, we're steadily losing viewership. We're down to about 9. So
that's tough. Ooh.
But I think now that the questions have stopped a little bit, we may call it a day because I don't have to upload a 3-hour-long video to YouTube.
Oh, so we could just any last questions?
Yes.
We'll hold up for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll give it about 5 minutes, and then we'll cut it loose. I'll upload the video in its entirety to our YouTube, and then I'll also make maybe a best bits or cut it into here's where we answered questions, because in the beginning we were kind of just talking on our own, and then some questions did start flowing, and then I can split it into separate videos.
On the economy? Any questions?
Yeah.
On anything?
Anything. I love to talk. Answer questions. It's just.
Yeah. Do you have questions about life?
You want life advice from any beginning devs?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're the best people. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think I've made good decisions where I'm devoting my time, but hey. Shorter focus times. I mean, we generally the general rule is yes is the short answer. The long answer is it's up to the individual dev. I mean, we don't really police devs into what they're doing specifically. We all, it seems, to try to use very minimal long focus days, especially while we're in this point of there's not too much to do in the peace time. I mean, once it gets to the point where there's all kind of stuff you can be doing during peace, it'll feel like, whoa, 70-day focuses are so short. What's going on?
Trust me, when I get this whole econ stuff sorted out, you're gonna have a lot to do, especially when your economy crashes.
Panic 1857 moment. But I mean, 70 is a general rule. It's a general rule among our devs, and of course, I know for a fact that many people don't follow it. So it's just a general rule. It doesn't actually is. We try to get around 56 to 70 days, and get it intervals of 7, so they last per weeks. But it's up to really the devs. Just we always tell them, make sure it's realistic. So don't have something that should take 2 years, take 5 days, and don't have something that should take 5 days, be 2 years. Basically,
Luckily-
if you have long focuses, that is usually because there's legit nothing we could find that from the history of that nation at the time that they're actually doing that's worth doing, making a focus of. So we're just like, well, we don't know how to fill the time, so we just like add an extra like week or 2 to this focus here and there. That's at least that's what I do. Although the countries I've developed, like the United States and Japan, there's a lot of shit going on, so I don't do it too often, but I will say I have done it. If there's any specific
and also filler focuses. Don't forget.
Yeah, filler focuses. How to
There
win
are
as
division
Greece?
limits.
Division limits. There are.
It's already in.
They're already in. They're gonna rework it to be more fluid, to be more transparent. Hopefully, and it'll affect things with your economy and your national laws. Hopefully, once the social
And
reform.
also, when the economy is implemented, you'll have to buy goods for your military to maintain it. So that will also be a natural limit on your military.
So you don't want to build up to your max force limit when you're at peace because you're wasting resources. How do I win as Greece? Who here has played Greece? I know Gary's not here, damn it.
I mean, if you're playing Greece in the mod, it is being reworked soon. Or unfortunately, our Greek dev had to go to military service. The only war I know on the top of my head that you'd be fighting as Greece is the war against the Ottoman Empire, which I believe historically they won, so it shouldn't be too difficult to win, though it may not be balanced or worked on a lot. If you're talking about vanilla, it's easy. I've done it myself. I got the achievements, dude. I got the Bosphorus achievements. That's right.
Just win.
Just win. You know, get your 7-2s. Like, I've got
just
my
go into the console and then type in annex all.
Now, let's see.
Got my achievements here.
Oh, jeez.
I pogged.
In all seriousness, how to win as Greece? Well, I mean, do you actually know what goes on in Greece?
I know there's a battle of influence from major nations into Greece. There's eventually the war against the Ottomans. There is a secession crisis, I believe, where they can call on a monarch from Bavaria because their royal lines are connected somehow. But some of that may have been from the Philippos era, which has since disappeared. So
yeah,
it's kind of in limbo currently. It'll be reworked soon, so I'm going to give you an indefinite answer on that and say give it a little bit of time.
Yeah, a Greek dev is enlisted, so he's not active at the moment. And everyone was technically the leader of the Europe zone, so he would know the most of all of us. But apparently, he doesn't know the specifics. It's not big here. We don't touch Europe. So let's see. Can we crash global market multiple times? It would be
So
it makes sense to do
the
it for a period.
the global market of goods. Can you crash it?
It'll be tough, but yeah. I mean, if you
theoretically, you should be able to.
You can restrict enough resources.
I mean,
like, I don't think you should be able to crash the whole market, but you can definitely crash it on a particular good where everybody's starving on a particular good. That would be easy.
The issue with the global market, though, is that in this time period, most countries rely on their own internal markets. yes, there is trade, but it's not as much as it is, say, today, or even in the early 1900s, just before World War One. Like it's not that much. So I don't really think you can crash your own. You can definitely crash your own market. But crashing the global market, that's you would really have to have a wranglehold over it in order to really crash it.
Question strat on my end, you're gonna have it where we're gonna have like a boolean or something set up where we can just easily cause via event a depression, right? Like either country or global. Is that thing you're gonna implement?
Yes, I will be able. I'll probably put in like a consumer confidence variable where, and then, which will make it so that pops will be more likely or less likely to buy or save. And then,
Okay.
that will then, the increase and decrease in consumption will then,
Screw that economy. All right, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the panics. Okay.
Are any of you familiar with Python scripting?
What's up? Yeah, I'm looking at your screen. What's going on?
So this is the event day calculation, which
Yes.
currently defaults to 1857 as the, or I see right here, if I enter a date in here.
Yes.
Okay, well 38 is not a day, so I'm not sure how it's going to work here, but interesting. So this just, it says from the moving start date. Now, if I wanted to, we obviously are going to want to rework this so that you can select what range of years you're going to want to fire something. So you can select either on start 1860 to 1860, wait, hold on, 1858 to 59, 60, 61, et cetera, and that way it gives you the 0 to whatever it is, 700 or whatever days it would take to fire an event. I don't know how to edit
what
this
you want to do, I think you scroll back up to the top of that script. Yeah, so if you want to change the start date, you see in the line 2, it's 1857 511. Just change it to whatever date you want to start at. So that'll be, you want to start at January 58, then do 58 1 1. So which day you want to start at?
Here.
Yeah.
Well, then
Python
we would have to have a separate Python script for every 2 years. And
or you can just manually change it.
Manually come in here and change it, obviously, but you're trusting people to come in and manually edit a Python script.
Or you can rewrite it where,
because I see code on here that says if 1870 and there's like,
yeah, so you just write a script that's just like, hey, what year do you want to start with? And you just type in 1858, and then 1858, then you'll have to rewrite the code a bit. A random guy wanted to do based on start date and not by year, so you have to rewrite that a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that to someone
Hey,
that's
Strat.
professional.
Hey, Strat, you want to rewrite that? I think you're the best in this chat with Python.
With Python, probably not.
Maybe
not
TPS
Python?
will do it. Maybe I can manage to convince
I think
TPS
that's
to do it.
EoaNB.
I do write a lot of Python. Oh, that's okay. I'll try.
I mean, that way it's. I feel like if we don't make this as easy as possible for devs, they're gonna be like, I don't want to have to move all my events here.
Regular devs, just know whatever you go through, we Centurions go through.
Yeah, we go through it 100 times worse. The systems that you hate having to use, we made those. We had to make those Python scripts and those coding documentations.
And then we have to fix them. We have to fix everyone else's stuff.
So many devs are going to complain about the econ system. I can just feel it.
Yep. But hey,
I'm gonna try and make it as easy as I can to interface with it.
Which is why we tell Cog when he's like, "Why is no one using?" it's fucking confusing to use your system. You don't write documentation. No one knows what commands to use.
Like I figure once this is
It's
done,
why I'm gonna have an entire file of just the economy documentation listing like every effect and everything you know, all the effects, all like the scripted effects, every explaining how it works.
Please and thank you.
I figure when this is done, I'll update the page we have in the coding documentation, and then I'll also make a video. Like while I'll do some examples moving some like Sardinian and Korean events. Just go like, okay, step 1, you do this, then you want to do this. Like babies
Did you
first.
see?
Coding.
Do you see how I wrote the like how to write an event? That is like you can't baby it more than that. Like I'm teaching you line by line how to write code. Which again, if you do want help with coding, with just the basics, in the chat is I'm pretty sure in a Discord, and it's public domain, so anyone could go there. You can ask help. It's called School. It's I think it's like 5 chats below general chat, which is the default chat you see. So it's not too hard to find. You can just type there. You need help with specific how to input things or just basic coding. Also, another co-op.
I think I accidentally left the co-op today.
The co-op Discord, which you can find it somewhere.
I'm technically an admin in the whole
strategy here is an admin. Shout out him.
You sent an invite link.
Help.
I accidentally left.
Yep. I'll make a thing right now and put it in School, just in case people want to.
Even though we did leave the co-op, it is an extremely useful source of information.
Yeah. So that was a question like a few hours ago or something. But,
Strat, are you able to give me advanced user? Do you have that ability?
Members, let's see.
Okay, I think everyone's done with their questions.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and shut down
everyone
the old...
everyone have a good day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, this will be on YouTube, so you can watch it again.
Imagine.
But there will be some more stuff. Lancer's going to have another art video, he said, soon. I'm going on vacation next week for 2 weeks, so I'm out, but there'll be things. Big stuff coming. Why leave co-op? Okay, one last question. Why leave co-op? We kind of just wanted to focus on individual partnerships more than one big scheme thing. I pushed. We named it the Enemy Beginning Exit. There was a lot of drama at the time, and I mean there is a lot. We try to separate a lot from grouping ourselves with other mods, unless we specifically want to. Like the partners we do have are generally going to be extremely useful for both parties, whereas the co-op is more general. It was useful for what we did use it for, but we felt like we weren't getting the same benefit of it that we did when we first joined, so we made the decision to leave. But we did. Most of us are there. We still chat with people there, help out when we can, and they help us.
It was just as a member of the co-op, you are kind of stuck in a partnership with everyone else in the co-op, and you have to participate in a certain way. I don't want to go into specifics. And whenever there's a drama with, say, one mod, it's when in the co-op, it spreads through everywhere. We like our team to be. Our team just likes to be on our own thing, and if we need help or if a team wants help from us, then we can talk it individually. But co-op is
Yeah, I can definitely affirm this for someone who is in the co-op, and in fact is an admin in the co-op. There's a lot of drama that goes on. Like it seems like every month or two is something new in the co-op. But in the beginning is a very chill server. But to answer your question about the interactivity of the entire econ system, so there'll be very broad controls for your econ on a national scale. So if you want to do something very broad, you can do that. So things like general subsidies, things like, of course, changing your taxes and your spending. You can do import tariffs, export tariffs, import subsidies, and export subsidies. So very general things. Then going into more specifics, specific goods, say subsidizing exports, imports, or doing tariffs. And then there's, if you really want to go, be very specific, you can, there will be things you can do on the state level as well. So I'm planning on having national focuses, just like Victoria 2, where you can like direct around certain states.
Which are different from which might be different, probably different from Port Fort national focuses, by the way.
Oh yeah. That's not So what I mean is like state level focuses where you can encourage a state to go in one direction or another. So like you can encourage craftsmen to build up your industry. You can say encourage immigration to a certain place. And then there will be even more specific things. So like you'll be able to say specifically build an everyday goods factory in a specific state, or you can close a industrial goods factory, stuff like that. So there'll be a varying levels of what would you say?
Interaction, input.
Granularity.
Okay.
That word. With how you can
English.
interact with your economy. So it should be fairly interactive. But the thing is, again, it will largely run on its own. You're not going to be someone who like, okay, I need to import two everyday goods for this state from this other state in this separate country. This is starting to sound like Imperator Rome. Yeah, it's not going to be like that.
Nope. Yeah. All the populations will buy their own goods, and they might complain if they're like, "Hey, we need help. We need some subsidies."
They may even rebel.
They may even rebel, but overall, they do things autonomously. They're pretty smart about it too. It's just
pretty smart,
relative. Well,
well, technically, it's just math. Let's just be honest here, it's math.
Yeah. So
it's computer programs are glorified math.
I think
that'll finish us off. Good. We got some good insight on the economy. I'll post some of the specific economy questions, the specific Q&A bits, other things, and other videos. But this will be on YouTube. But I think that'll close us off for tonight. Thank you for anyone who watched for the entire 2.5 hours. And for everyone else who just stopped in, I hope your questions were answered to a satisfactory amount. If not, join the Discord, and we will answer any questions.
If you have any questions about the economy, at me in Askadev.
Strat. His name is Strategy. Strat.
That's a Strat, not Strategy.
Strat.
That's my name.
His username is his nickname is literally all the economy. It's easy to find him. Goodbye.